Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Walkthrough Wednesday. Today we're starting a brand new series. I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but we're going to be taking this bare ass project and turning it into a full track. Now, by the title, you'll know that the genre is going to be hardstyle slash UK hardcore. I asked in the Discord what genre you would want to see, because it seems to really help you guys out watching me build something from nothing. And I think a genre that I don't produce all the time is a great way to start, because you can see how I and other producers will start producing a genre that they've never done before. UK hardcore is my favorite genre. I've been in love with this sound for years and years. Even before I started making music, it's what I used to listen to as a little chav, and I absolutely love UK hardcore. That's the only stuff that I listen to in the car, at the gym. I'm obsessed with it. I really listen to it all the time, but I don't release it. But I'm obsessed with it. I really am. And hardstyle is pretty much the same. I do like melodic hardstyle. I think nowadays it's so big and so popular. If you don't know what UK hardcore is, go check out Darren Styles, Stonebank, and people like that. These guys, like, insane sound design, insane melodies. Like, it's a really, really complex genre. I'm going to try and make it look easy, and hopefully we can make something as good as those guys. We're probably not, but hopefully we can get it close. So what do I do when I start making a brand new genre? So, for example, if this was trance, unless you get a good trance melody, your track ain't trance, right? So you need to work out, like, what do they do in their melodies to make them sound UK hardcore or make them sound hardstyle. So you need to adapt those ways of thinking, and the way I do that is I go and download MIDI packs or sample packs from that genre. So I want hardstyle sample packs, presets, midis, and also UK hardcore midis as well. Fire them in and just learn what kind of chords they use. Is it super emotional? Is it just super energetic? Is it depressing chords? Is it uplifting chords? And that's the way you want to learn. Like with trance, you know, it's very much it's this kind of rolling melody, so you need to start with that and then start building your melodies with it, and you'll start to get a really good trance sound and melody. So for this, what I did was I dragged in loads of MIDI files, just dropping them in, and I found this nice top melody. I wasn't happy with the chords though, so I started messing around with the chords, but eventually I took chords from another MIDI and put them together, but changed them a little bit. You'll see I'm going to put like a super high-tech fast forward, showing me going through the project. And as you can see, I'm literally just dragging stuff, like just trying stuff, but it took me about 20 minutes to do that, what you can see, but I made sure to hit record first. So I didn't want to do a full episode of me just like clicking notes, you know, trying to find the melodies, but it's kind of a similar melody style to progressive house, to EDM. It's just the way that you use pitch bends and sound design and stuff like that. So this is the melody we have that I came up with specifically for this. As you can hear, it's very emotional. It's kind of a progressive house style, but we're going to bang it up to 160. Instantly, it's starting a little bit more hard. It's sounding a little bit more hardstyle, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to start with a BPM which other producers in that genre use. So they use between 160 and 170. Not many UK hardcore tracks are 150 BPM. That's more hardstyle, right? But what we're going to be doing, we're not just going to use a normal hardstyle kick like boom, boom, boom. We want to do the UK hardcore style bass, which is a lot more processed and a lot more EDM sounding, I would say. And I that's personally why I like UK hardcore more than hardstyle, because UK hardcore is a little bit closer to Big Room in terms of their sound design and stuff. So we have a melody, right? I think it's important that we start with the drop, of all things. So what I would do is find a kick, right? We need to find a kick, a UK hardcore style kick drum, right? So I grabbed a 6 sample pack from Stu Infinity. Go and just Google it, because I'm going to be using a lot of these sounds that are really sick, like really high quality sounds. But this is something you guys can all do. You can literally go and buy this sample pack, and have the same sounds, right? So it's not like I'm doing anything crazy. This is the kind of kick that they use. It's quite a flat kick, as you can hear, but we can modify this later on. We can even use like an EDM kick, but with the bass it's going to sound a little bit too much EDM, I would say, too much big room. But this is the kind of kick that they use. Really nice body, just got quite a flat like top side to it. And we have our top melody here, so we're going to start picking some lead sounds. So sleed, apparently. We're going to go to some UK hardcore presets. Now, I bought these ones from Stonebank, who's an absolute god producer, like crazy sound design. So I thought I would use one of them. And this is, again, another UK hardcore sound, using a hardcore kick, hardcore sound, hardcore melody. It's going to sound like a UK hardcore track, right? If you ever want to make a brand new genre, if you want to sell out and make slap house, this is how you do it, right? Now we're just going to find a lead which works. So this one has a decent layer. We're going to layer it up as we go. We're going to slap on the British Keen as always. And we're going to link it to another channel as always. And this is where we're going to have our reverb and stuff. So we're going to have a peak controller in here. We're going to have a reverb as well. Arts Acoustic is one that's big on UK hardcore producers, because I actually learned this from... I got a Stonebank preset pack before, and he gave a preset for Arts Acoustic, so that's when I kind of knew about Arts Acoustic reverb. So we're going to have our reverb there, and we're just going to link it to the controller, like so. Done this a million times, you're probably sick of seeing this. I'm going to click inverted, so now... Now, within Serum, we're going to make sure that the reverb's off. I don't mind a little bit of the delay though. So we can start to see what it's going to sound like with the kick drum. Basically, we're going to do a hard first drop, so an intro drop, maybe side trance, because in UK hardcore they do a lot of side trance 160 drops. Sounds absolutely sick. Or maybe just a hard kick. We're going to wait and see, but we want a hard first drop, in my opinion, and then the second drop we're going to go melodic, right? So let's try and get the side chain right. It's not a super hard side chain like some big room tracks. Something like this works, especially with our melody being on the kick drum. You want the melody to be heard. I really like this as a layer. I think it's a really unique sound. Also, what they'd like to do is a lot of pitch bends, which we're going to get into as well. We're going to basically do it manually via this. So we're going to put this up to 12 as always. This one down to 12. And we're going to do a pitch automation. Like so. So we're going to create an automation clip. We're going to draw this. I'm going to right click and make sure we've got 50%, because you're always going to want to go back to 50%, right? So we're going to go and just draw some pitches where we think we need it. I think here we need one. And with the UK hardcore pitch, it's usually a very short one like this. This one we can do like a down pitch also. and then maybe another pitch like this. Now these kind of pitches I've learned solely from listening to them, to the tracks. Like I haven't watched too many UK hardcore tutorials. This is just by listening to podcasts and mixes over and over again. This is how I've kind of picked this up. So we're just going to draw this across. This is going to be our basic pitch, right? This is something as we make this full track, so we're going to make it a full track and hopefully make it releasable, right? So we're just going to do the basic idea now of the drop, and then everything else will fall into place. So we've got some pitches going now. It's starting to feel a little bit nicer. See if we can change this melody a little bit. Let's bring in that piano back so we can at least hear. And let's take off the top melody because it's going to be distracting here in that and the lead. Maybe da-da. I like this, man. I think the melody works really well, and this was literally just me taking MIDI files and putting one MIDI file with the chords of another MIDI file and rearranging the chord to fit with the notes, you know. I think if you just jump into making a hardcore track and you just try and make a melody like Darren Styles, you're either going to do an exact copy of him or you're not going to make one anywhere near the quality. And if your melody isn't good, no matter how good your sound design is, your track just won't pop, right? It won't work. So you need that good, because most of us have good sound design because we have Nexus, we have Serum presets, we have all these available to us, but not many of us can get the melodies. That's why I think MIDI packs are so important. So right now we'll have something really sick. We're going to go for the bass line now. So we know that our bass line is a D sharp down to a B and then an F sharp, right? And it just repeats. Now in this pack, the main reason I bought this pack like months ago was for these bass samples. So as you can see, in every single key there is a bass sample for that key, which is perfect because I don't have to stretch stuff. If I'm going to stretch stuff, it's going to ruin it. Now this bass line is absolutely sick. This is a real UK hardcore bass line. See how it's different from a hardstyle slightly? You know, it's more processed, it's more clean, like big room style. So what did we say? It was down to, my memory is horrible, so it's down to a B and then it's an F sharp. So we're going to find the B. Maybe we want to go up here, so bum bum. Yeah, that sounds nice. So we're going to go to the B and then the F sharp. We can go down, I would say. So what I'm going to do is put these on different mixer tracks. Number 8, was that number 9? So we have 3 here. Let's be extra fancy and color them lime green, why not? So these are the bass lines. So I'm going to color them all the same. So there is number, is this D sharp? D sharp. See, I don't do this in my own projects. I'm doing this just for you guys, so I hope you appreciate it. B and then the F sharp. Maybe I should work like this. This is what professionals do, but I'm just I'm lazy and I just want to get it done straight away. I'm gonna link them all to one bus, like this. So now, no, this 10 is the bass bus. And I'm going to color this one the same. So as you can see, this is our bass. Everything can be processed differently via this, but it's all going into this bass bus, right? So I'm going to put a tighter sidechain on just to make sure. We can even do an offbeat like this. But I like it as like a big on the, like really straight. I like that. So we're just going to duplicate this over, and then we're going to EQ them. I think I want to EQ this one, the B, to have a little bit less high end because it's quite a high up note, so it's going to carry more high frequencies. See how now it's balanced it out and it all fits. We can EQ the whole thing together because there's some frequencies I want to pull out a little bit. So with the lead, we're going to have to start processing the lead as well. It's a nice layer. So we're going to have, this is going to be the main sound, I think, main lead, and the rest are just going to back it up. This is the lead bus. So as I said, today we're just going to do the drop because this is going to be a long series, especially making a track like this. Lots of melodic aspect in it. It's going to take a while. But yeah, I think we can bash out some of the drop today, and next time we will go into the breakdowns and the build-ups and stuff. And maybe I'll get a reference track as well so we can like monitor really closely, because that's a great thing to do. I would drag in a reference track from one of these guys, Darren Styles or someone, and you can like literally see what kind of structure they do as well, because structure is also important. So we've got our main sound. Let's process our main sound with Blood Overdrive, because I want to really get the thickness in this lead. It's got a lot of body now. What else do we need on here? We need an EQ. And what we're going to do is just the usual stuff. We're going to see how much low end we can get away with. Bit of mud there. Needs more reverb in my opinion. It's just a little bit too dry. Sounding pretty energetic, which I like. We're just gonna duplicate these over so we have more of a full bass line. We're just gonna put it all on the same thing so it's easier for you to understand. So this is our bass, and just like this, we have a track which is sounding pretty decent. It's got good. It's filling quite a lot of dynamics here, but it's not complete, obviously. We're gonna need some backup leads there, very important. We're also gonna find a way to get the chords in. So let's add good old Nexus as a layer here. We're going to put this on number 4 so that it can be processed a little bit differently. I am going to copy this over though, save mixer track, and you just drag it over. Now whatever's in there will be in there. You need to relink it. So now I can back up leads 1, and now we can EQ this slightly different. First we need to find a lead. I think like a saw sound, like a basic saw sound should work here. HARDSTYLE, one of these. As you can hear, there's too much high end in this, so we're just going to duck that off. I can hear a little bit of mud in this sound. So something that we need to do that's very important is we need to lead pitch. What we need to do is make sure that all our layers go to the same pitch. So we're going to go to modulation here and make sure it's up 12 and down 12. So it pitches the same way. We're just going to go to here and link to controller, and we're going to pick the lead pitch that we just renamed so we can find it easier. So the main sound, I want it to be a little bit wider, and those other sounds can stay more down the center. So let's mix that. And I'm not done there on the sounds. I want some extra sounds as well. We've got our sick main sound. We just need to really fill it up and give it some extra dimension, you know. It needs to sound more full. So we're going to find some leads which work. I'll go with my old trusty one.